R.I.P. Niki Lauda. It's a sad day in the F1 world. Very, very sad day. We lost today one of the greatest drivers of all time, in my opinion. This guy, Niki Lauda, was like Superman. I thought this guy was never ever gonna die. All the shit he went through his career. That bad crash at the Nürburgring. When when his car lit up. He was in the car for over a minute. Over 1 minute. Probably thinking to himself, this is it. It's going to end. One of the greatest drivers, to me, the greatest driver to ever step foot in a Ferrari. I loved his attitude, the way he came across on the screen. I loved his attitude. He just didn't care. He was so honest. He wasn't a politician. He just told it how it was. There was no bullshit in Niki Lauda. None at all. If something was wrong, he would tell you. Just like that incident with Rosberg at Hamilton at the Belgian Grand Prix a few years back now, when they were both racing each other. And Rosberg deliberately hit Hamilton and took his back wing off or something. I think it was his back wing or his nose. I can't remember. It doesn't matter. And after Niki Lauda says, Niki hit Lewis, and that's it. He done it deliberately. That's it. There was no trying to dance around the idea, trying to say something else. He could come out and tell you how it was, how it went down. Very honest man. He done a lot for safety over the years, for F1 as well, so the guys could be safe. Today we've got no fingers crossed, but it's rare today that you hear of a crash that anybody gets seriously hurt or dies. Niki Lauda contributed to that over the years with the safety regulations with the FIA. And a lot of other drivers as well, but I'm just saying Niki Lauda contributed a lot. 3-time world champion. Should have been 4. But 3-time world champion. And the only driver in history to ever win the championship with Ferrari and McLaren. No other driver's ever done that. He's in my top 3 of favourite drivers of all time. Senna, Nigel Mansell, Niki Lauda, them 3. They're my 3 favourite drivers of all time. And that 1976, 75, 76 Ferrari is one of the greatest F1 cars of all time. I'm so gutted. Well, I was up late last night working on some stuff. I was up so late. I was lying on my bed, reading some papers that I needed to get back for work. And then I got an alert on my phone saying Niki Lauda, age 70, dead. I couldn't believe it. I was so upset. I thought, no. This guy is not gonna die. I was. See, I'm even stuttering now. Can't even get my words out. I remember it was a few weeks ago. I was sitting down with my partner, my friends, and I was sitting there and I was thinking, "Where's Niki Lauda?" I know that he had a big operation and he went well, and then he decided to go on holiday, and then something happens. He got diagnosed with pneumonia. But I thought, Niki Lauda, oh, don't worry, He'll shove that off. He'll shove it off. This guy's immortal. The fire couldn't kill him. He's so strong-willed. This guy, nothing. I thought he's gonna live to 100. I thought, no. This guy, he's fine. He'll be back. But then I'm going back to my point again. A couple of weeks ago, I was sitting there with my friends watching the Grand Prix, and I said to my missus, I goes, you know what? I said to my mates, I says, you know, we'll probably see Niki Lauda at the Austrian Grand Prix. Being him from, like he's from Austria, and he'll probably make a little comeback at the Austrian Grand Prix. And they were saying, probably, yeah, probably. I am so gutted. Oh, God. Unbelievable. And then when I got that news on my phone, still remember it, the alert on my phone. Niki Lauda dead at 70. Jesus. If there's a God up there, him and Hunt now are together, racing together. Him and James Hunt are up there racing together to see who is really the best. I can imagine it now. If there's someone up there, they're up there driving together. But you have to believe. You have to believe. Some people don't believe. Whatever. But if there is, they're up there hugging each other and getting ready to race each other. Probably in their Ferrari and the McLaren. The classic rivalry. But yeah. Niki Lauda dead at age 70. One of the greatest drivers of all time. One of the most respected drivers of all time. Definitely by the tweets I saw today. From Christian Horner, Martin Brundle. Lewis Hamilton took up... Look, I know Lewis Hamilton's upset. I know he took him nearly a full day to tweet. Well, not a full day. Just over a half a day to tweet. I know he was really, really close to Niki Lauda. Just like Toto was. The old McLaren team. Not McLaren, the old Mercedes team. The entire Mercedes team at Brackley was close to Niki Lauda. If anyone needed any advice, they'd come to him. I saw it on loads of documentaries, the way they used to talk about him. But so many people came out. Even people not involved in the driving community, in the F1 community. Piers Morgan, he was on the This Morning show this morning. He was talking about Niki Lauda for about 15 minutes. When This Morning started, the first thing what came out, what broke, was Niki Lauda dead at 70. It was a big picture of him, and people showing the respect for Niki Lauda. And it was talking about all his times when he was a driver that he used to fight, and when he had that bad crash at the Nürburgring, and he came back after 40 days. 40 days after that accident at the Nürburgring. 40 days, it was back on the track racing. The biggest comeback in F1 history. The biggest comeback. But anyway, yeah, like I said, everybody was talking about it on the TV, the news, daytime programs, actors, musicians. Everybody was talking about it because he was a legend. A legend. The legend dies. He was one of the last of the old school generation. Of them old school generation cars. Now we've lost him. Look at him. Championship 75, 77 and 84. He was so strong-willed. Everybody writ him off in 84. Everybody writ Niki Lauda off in 84 when he went to McLaren. It was all about Alan Frost, the young Alan Frost. They was putting all their effort into Alan Frost. But Niki Lauda goes, no, that's fine. That's fine. You want to put all your eggs in one basket? That's fine. I'll prove my point again and again and again, like he's done in the past. And what did he do? He come out and won the championship. He won the championship, and the next year he retired. So he retired on a high. He won the championship in 84, retired in 85. What a stellar career. First entered the Grand Prix in 71, and his last entry was in 85. He started in Austria in 71. and he ended his career in 85. So 1971 he started his career at the Austrian Grand Prix, and he ended his career in 85 at the Austrian Grand Prix. So over 14 years he was in F1. Most people after his accident wouldn't even come back, but 40 days. Unbelievable. That shows the intestinal fortitude that he's got in his body. That shows you what he was all about. Still going to the races, just leading up to the 70s, still going to the races, never missed a race. Even though when he had his own airlines, when he left, and then he came back again, he was still involved in the racing. He loved it, it was in his DNA. He was a master at setting up the cars. As you could see when you watched the film Rush, that was all about James Hunt and Niki Lauda. I recommend you go and watch that film. If you haven't seen that film, Rush, I think it's from 2012. If you haven't watched that film, go and watch it. It was a classic. It's a classic about Niki Lauda and James Hunt's rivalry. Oh God, that Ferrari 312T classic. One of the greatest cars in F1 history. Gutted. So that's it then. I'll make this video dedicated to Niki Lauda, one of my heroes. I know it was before my time, but I still loved him. He was like the father of the F1 paddock. And sure, this week at Monaco, they're gonna do a big documentary thing about Niki Lauda. It's gonna be all about Niki Lauda. It's gonna be all about him, and it should be. It should be. So yeah, that's it. Niki Lauda, rest in peace. Hope you meet your friends up there. All of us racing together. You can see who's the best. You and Senna. You against James Hunt. All them classic drivers. I'm gutted. Rest in peace. Rest in peace, Niki Lauda.